going on, folks, and welcome into this week's edition of the Monday Morning Wrap here on Sports Tree. We've got an excellent weekend of sporting events to wrap up. We cleaned up UFC, PGA, you name it, we hit it. And then we'll get into this week's sporting events. We got some weird ones for you. We have the World Cup of Chess. We have the MLB Trade Deadline, and of course, a Women's World Cup action. Some teams are already through to the round of 16, but we got to start this off with the UFC 291, and we swept the main cards. Perfect picks on the main card. The only pick we got wrong all night was Semi the Jedi. Matthew Semmelsberger was controlling that fight, and then he got caught later on. So that was a tough one to swallow. However, we hit everything else. Underdogs got us paid. Derek Lewis went out and got the knockout. Justin Gaethje went out and got the knockout. Alex Pereira, well, he closed as the favorite. He still ended up winning that fight against Jan Blachowicz with his striking. So, all in all, excellent night at the UFC. And one thing I just have to note, Dr. Darce, who came onto our show on Friday, came on to on Thursday, our UFC special preview show. He called Kevin Holland to win that fight against Michael Chiesa via Darce choke. Sure enough, Kevin Holland goes out and gets the job done by Darce. Dr. Darce calling his shot only here on Sports Tree. We both had extremely profitable nights, which means you, our users, must have as well. So thank you guys so much for all the support, and we'll be back for the next one. We got a great card coming this weekend. On the PGA Tour, Lee Hodges won the 3M Open by a commanding 7 strokes. Our best bet of the week also cashed, with Emiliano Grillo placing in the top 20, paying at plus 140. On the F1 circuit, it was Max Verstappen winning his 8th consecutive Grand Prix in Belgium on Sunday. We are standing witness to one of the most dominant single-season performances in the history of the sport. Now, the record for the most consecutive wins in the season is 9, set by Sebastian Vettel, and Max Verstappen will have the chance to tie that at the end of August after the summer break at his home Grand Prix, the Dutch Grand Prix. That's crazy. Yes, history could be made, and those Dutch fans are going to go absolutely ballistic. I got a buddy who lives in Amsterdam, and he's probably the biggest Max Verstappen fan I know. So, if so facto, look out for a lot of orange come the next Grand Prix. Jumping into our sporting menu of the week, first thing first, the Chess World Cup for both the men and women is going down from Baku. 5-time International Chess Federation champion and world number 1 Magnus Carlsen is in the field this week trying to win his first ever World Cup. The Norwegian Grandmaster is the man to watch on the men's side, and on the women's side, it's China's Zheng Wenju. She is the favorite, and the players are competing for $2.5 million. You can check out all the action on YouTube as it goes down over the next week or so. The top 3 finishers in both competitions will advance to the FIDE World Chess Championship Candidates Tournament scheduled for 2024 in Toronto. You win the World Cup, you finish top 3 at the World Cup, you move on to the next stage, which will happen to be in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Getting into the Women's World Cup now, there are a few teams that have advanced. We have to start with Team Canada. They are eliminated. They are done. Dead in the water. The Australians kicked the crap out of them 4-0 and eliminated Canada. Australia, though, has punched their ticket to the next round. They will take on a team to be determined next Monday. Nigeria also punching their ticket from the same grouping as Canada. Japan and Norway have also punched their ticket to the to the round of 16. That goes down on Saturday at 4 a.m. and then Switzerland plays Spain at Saturday at 1 a.m. So those are the teams that are currently through to the round of 16. Folks, your sporting dessert of the week is the MLB Trade Deadline. Well, there's been a lot of pitchers on the move already at this point. Jordan Montgomery, he's joined the Rangers, as has Max Scherzer. Mad Max is now a Texas Ranger. That's insane. And one other high-profile trade that I want to highlight is the Dodgers. They got Lance Lynn, and they also have reconnected with Joe Kelly, probably one of my favorite pitchers of all time. Joe Kelly, I just love the way he carries himself on the field and the way he always gives it to the Houston Astros. Stay tuned. Our guy Gus is breaking down everything from the trade deadline. There's already an article up on sportstree.ca. You can go check that out, see all the trending trades, and then we'll have him back to break down some more trade deadline news later this week, all on sportstree.ca. Head over, sign up now for all that great content. All right, folks, as for your trivia question to get in to win a pair of NBA or NHL tickets to see any team that you'd like to see play live, we mentioned it earlier in the show, so give us a like, give us a subscribe, go back, rewatch the show. Another view, never hurt anybody. Who has the most consecutive F1 Grand Prix wins in the history of the sport? We literally said it right off the top of the show. Folks, I'm Connor Roundtree. Thanks for joining us. That's a wrap.